Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am yours Rahul. So congrats to all who cleared the MCQ assessments for Wings 1. So in this video I am going to show the tender management API code explanation. So I done that code in Fresco Play and got completed. I got passed that in Fresco Play. So I done some changes inside the code only. I didn't done any change in test case. So let's get into the video. If you're new here, just subscribe to my channel for new tech updates. So let's get in. This is the course 2582. I completed that one. So this is the code I wrote. So first of all, you have to check the question once because they mention some things in that one, like only four APIs only in that one, and it is direct questions as well as we are using bearer in this coding. That also they mentioned the question, and for some APIs we have to use one user. For one some APIs we have to use another user, like that some other things are given in the questions, so better go through the question at once and after that go through the test case also, because for update part and everything we have to implement only some part, so better go through the test cases and everything before doing the coding. So this is the data loader class. So the use of this one is, this is the database that they provided. So we don't have to initialize, we don't have to connect any database from external or anything. Everything is written inside the code only. So we don't have to worry anything about database section. So there is controller, DTO, model, repository, security, service, everything. Before writing everything, just keep one thing in mind. In exam, they won't give any annotations or anything. So you have to write all the annotations, because sometimes with the if you didn't write the annotation, it will lead to some errors or failures like that. So that's the thing in my code on. So I am getting two errors out of 13 test case. I got 11 test case passed. That is enough to uh, getting passed in Fresco Play. So we can check. So first of all, authentication filter. So we have to set it as component here. Then we have to check. So I already mentioned that we have to use bearer. So just give the auto word annotations, and after that set the authorization header, request.get header to authorization. Then we have to set username and token as null. Then after that we have to check whether the authorization header is not null, as well as authorization header is starts with the bearer. Okay, if it is satisfying this condition, then we have to uh, get the token, that's the JWT is equal to authorization header dot substring begin index 7. So after 7 we have to take the token. After that we have to get the username. We have to extract it from the JWT util. After this thing we are going to JWT util only. After extracting token and username, we have to again check. We have to again validate one more thing. That is, we have to check whether the username not equal to null, as well as the in security context holder there is no authentication is there. That is why we are giving this get context dot get authentication to null. Then we have to set user details by loading the username from login service. If the we have to do the validation of JWT util.validate token based upon the token and username from here. We have to uh, username password authentication token or token. Okay, this one is we are assigning the user details uh, null user details dot get authorities. So what we are doing here is we are just initializing the user details and the what all authorities for the user have, and after that we are assigning the authentication uh, what's the role tag and everything that's we are saving here, the user details username password authentication token everything means the role tagging and everything we are assigning at last. That's why we are using this one security context holder dot get context dot set authentication. So this is written in authentication filter. So just this part will be same for all questions. Next one is JWT util. Same like before, we have to give component annotation. Then in question, they given these three serial version UID, JWT token validity, secret key. So no need to write any secret key other than this. Then we have to auto-wire give auto-wire annotation for this one user service. In question it will give somewhere like somewhere here or what. So I just keep it here only, that's the thing. Then in question they will give they gave these two functions. So we have to start from this method. What we are doing here is we are just taking the claims. In the claims there it will be consist of all the uh, details of the token and everything. After that get all claims from token. From here we are just taking all the data as well as is token expert. We are just checking whether the token is about to expire or not. For that we are using the expiration date from token method. We are using this one here. Then after that we are here to generate the token, like we have to put the roles user and based upon authorities everything, and do generate token. This thing is just to set the subject issued at expiration date everything for the code. And last one is to validate token. This one also same for all, not this much lengthy, might be from this part something they will ask for exam. Next one is security configuration. Here we have to give these annotations: enable web security for security purpose, then global method security for giving post authorized and pre-authorized methods. Then like before we have to give auto wired. Then here nothing else, these two they will give, so no need to add anything. In this one we have to first disable the csrf. After that, based upon the apis they gave in that question, we had to add first bidding add api for bidder, then bidding update and a bidding delete for approver, bidding list for both bidder as well as approver. Then we have to check all are authenticated. Apt- and we have to give the exception handler. For that, we are not using authentication entry point here. For means we are not using authentication entry point class here. Rather than we are directly checking for we are directly giving the unauthorized here. Then we have to give the session management for making it stateless. After that, we have to give the password encoder. Then this one given in question only, authentication manager. After that, we have to go to the bidding controller, not bidding controller, bidding service. Same like before, have to give all the annotations. Then after that, give the I write two functions here, two methods for get current user email and to get date. These two functions I wrote. Here I wrote this two uh, get the get the data like what total. Okay, get the data like um, means get principal. In this one, it will have raw data of user detail. That's it. After that, we have to check if principal have an instance of user details. In that user details means it will consist of role, username, password, like these type of stuffs will be in user details. So if it is a part of, if it is an instance of user details, then we have to get username. After that, we have to or else we have to return null. In get current date, we have to return symbol date format, like we have to get the date. So in this one, in this post bidding, what I did was uh, just first of all, I just took the current user based upon the email that I already mentioned, current get current user email using the principal. Then after that, checking the user email. After that, we are doing one validation, means we have to check whether the role means the email that we got is contain the role name bidder. If it is not, then we have to give forbidden as the status, or else if it is bidder, then we have to set bidder id, and we have to set the date of bidding. For that only I did the get current date method at last. If you done these two, you have to do the saving bidding repository dot save bidding model. Then return new response entity to bidding model. After that, you have to anyway I am using try catch. So for exception, I just done a bad request. That's it. So next one is get bidding. So in question, they are asking they have to get all the bid amount greater than the current bid. Like that they asked. So first of all, I am using list. So list bidding model. Here I am checking bid amount based upon find by bid amount greater than in bidding repository. This method I created in bidding repository. I will show that also. So if the result that we get from this is empty, then we have to give bad request. and or else we have to give status okay. That's the simple one. Then after that we have to give update part. Here we have to check uh, the bidding model. For that we are using bidding repository to find the ID. If bidding is null, then we have to give bad request. Same like in post method, we have to get the email and we have to check with the user by email that we get. And same like before, we have to check the user role name is approved or not. If it is not equal to the role name that we get for approver, then approver, then we have to give forbidden. Then after that we have to set the status. This is the question for update case. We have to set status for bidding model. After that we have to save it. Then after doing all these things we have to return okay for this question. Then later we have to give exception. Last API in this one is delete bidding. So here is, first of all we have to check based upon the ID that we are getting. If it is null, then we have to give not found. If it is there means we have to get the email. We have to authenticate based upon the user email. In delete, we have one condition in question, that is only the approver and the bidder, who is the owner of the bid that created. Means the one who created the bid and the approver can only delete the bid in delete API. Okay, so that we have to check in this way. Approver equals user dot get role name, or bidding get bidder ID equal to user get ID. So if it's satisfy, then we have to delete from bidding repository and we have to give the um, return statement, return status as no content. Else we have to give you don't have permission as forbidden. In exception case we have to give bad request. So that's the thing in uh, bidding service. Here I used user repository also. So keep in mind to give all the annotations and everything. Next, login service. Here they given three methods. I just removed one and wrote the same in these two. So first we have public user details, load user by username. Here I am using I'm checking whether the user is there or not. If it is, if the user is done, we have to give user not found with email. Then we have to return to build user for authentication. If it is, if the user is there means in that one build user for authentication. Here I am just checking the granted authorities. Then based upon the collection, I am just checking with the singleton list to simplifying and checking all the roles for the user and getting the user email, password, and all the authorities. That's the thing we are doing here. If the user is, yeah, when we are using the dot user by username, if it is there means we have to get all the details like email, password, and authorities for the user that we are getting. That is given in login service. Next is user service. It is nothing, just we have to return user repository dot find by email. That's it. Just to give one check the user based upon email. That's it. Here, just ignore this one because I tried to resolve that two test cases by giving one query, but it is not working. I will try it later. So here, list bidding, find by bid amount greater than double bid amount. I already mentioned it in get API, get method. Okay. Next one, repository. Here, role model, find by role name, string role name. This is the thing we have to do in role repository. After that, user model, find by email, string email. In bidding model, we have ID, bidding ID, project name, bid amount, years to complete, date of bidding, status, bidder ID. All these things. Role model, ID, and role name. User model, we have ID, username, company name, password, email. So in login DTO, we have the email and password of the user. Here it is nothing. Whatever we done in bidding service, we are just calling here. That's it. For that, we are taking bidding service here. Just to give the annotation REST controller, and after that, give the annotation request body for post mapping, request param for get mapping, patch mapping path variable, and request body delete mapping path variable. All these things we have to understand. After that, login controller. Here, okay, in login controller, I just removed what they given for post mapping because it's somewhat hard to do in that way for me. So that I used a normal method, authenticate user. So here, what I done was we have to uh, get the authentication manager. Means we have to check the authentication based upon email and password. Here we have to check the user details based upon the in login service we got the username, and based upon the login DTO we have to get the email. Same like that, string JWT, we have to generate token. That's the thing written in this one. We have to give the OK response uh, if it get authenticated, or else we have to give invalid credentials. That's it. Next one is here test case. So just to go through the test cases at first, because no need to write in update and everything, no need to write all the stuffs. Only in this one we have to write only that status thing. Okay, here status only we have to give. So before starting that, just to go through the question here also, you can check authorization where here is the header and here is the uh, header that starts with where. I hope you understand. Then After complete, go to terminal. I will show you the error that I am getting. Maven clean. Okay. Maven test. So when you do the testing, you will get, if you see, you will get one text file here. Okay, it is the id, it is the token of that bit does, like that they are given. So nothing to think of this one. So this is the two errors that I am getting in order to get not errors, failures. Two failures, like for status expected 400 but getting 403. Another one expected 204 getting 403. So I'm checking that one now. But if you complete these ones, then you can get pass in IWall. So these are the things you have to take care. Uh, and this application property, it's you can see H2 database. Okay, so uh, don't get any doubt regarding these things. And if you check POM, it is the old version 2.7.8. So I will try to upload one regarding the new version of the same one. So see you in next video. Thanks for watching. Bye.